And we're back. As I thought last time, we have ended up at the end portal. Namely over there. So, at least from here, we're not going to get a channel exception on the way back to the overworld. Well, because we are in the overworld. Also, this new star must be the Mars one. So we have the Moon and Mars. And that goes back to the end portal. We also need to be concerned about mobs right? So we'll sleep, we'll make a new sign, and then we will head back to Mars and hopefully figure out which one actually is the one straight back here. In theory, if you hold shift rather than holding right click to go through the gateway, it should show you a picture of the of the destination portal. But that, for some reason, that hasn't worked. Actually, I might as well check now if that's a config option. No, there's only disable. Well, screw that. So we need more signs to mark things out because we're going to need one for here and 3 more for the other place, for Mars. We'll get a bit more marble as well. Because here it's nice for it to be marble, for all the stuff to match up. Oh yes, I'm in the Roblox suit, so I can't do anything. This whole requirement for a suit is annoying as hell. I'm still upset about the fact that the Tinker's armor we tried to make drained so much durability just to turn on the fall damage immunity, and I'm not hunting out slimes just for the fall immunity. Because that comes at the cost of defense. Although actually, I'm normally basically never armoured anyway. So the only thing of any notable armour is the iron leggings. So for the fall immunity we could get away with slime. It's also annoying that I've basically emptied out all the immediately accessible marble. So we've used it as such a... And we might as well share the sheep because we are probably going to need it for more planets, because there are more quests. Surprise, surprise, Inferior Methods is supposed to be behind Saturn. Yeah, we skipped a bit of that. We're never going to Saturn. Screw Saturn. Unless there's something there which can only be got there. Which, if there is, we'll have a serious discussion about if it's worth spawning in instead. So, you're Mars. And we want you to actually show up inside the sphere, so there we go. And you will be, when we figure out where the hat's gone, there we go, Mars. It might, I'm wondering, do we have bibliograph signs? Because those can make spruce fancy, yeah. Because these can have larger fonts, but we need paper and a label. Not worth it. It doesn't need to look nice, it just needs to be functional. He says with a house which is about as unfunctional as it comes. So, the rocket can go in. Does the other rocket? No. Is the other rocket in here? Yep, so you can go in there. Launchpad, fuel, this is, oops. this is what's left over, so you get dumped back in the canister, in the tank even. In you go, out you go. Do you have stuff in? No, good. So away with you. Oh yes, we're going to reincarnate the dragon at some point because we've got those 4 crystals. Or maybe not reincarnate, but at least place one of them down, because that's probably required for the Age 4 quest. Yes, reincarnation. So, we need to get Desh. We've got the Prospector already, we've got... Cobalt level. You see, the thing is, this didn't seem to want to mine the turf when we were up there, so it might need... What's your mine level's diamond, so you should be good. At least. We could... You know what, we might as well. We will swap out... Sunbits, what are you? You an iron... Yep, you're an iron head. We'll upgrade the axe head and the iron. No, the axe head and the shovel head. What are you? You're still a steel bowlim, so you take forever to draw. You're a cheap chopper. Don't really need you. Do you have any steel leaf on you? No, so we never actually do use you. Spawner seeker. What's your blade? Steel scythe head. Yeah, we could swap you out too. So we'll take 3 out for that. Actually, no, you might be 8. No, we don't want a scythe, we want Maniyelin, so 12. So we will get you started melting, then we will swap all the other bits out as and when. So we need that pickaxe head, we need that excavator, shovel, X, scythe. What do you cost? 2, 2, 8, yeah, nailed it. That was kind of weird because it showed up as having 2 axe head casts for some reason with that little bit down under options. Come on, Mel. It would be quite nice to have firewater or something just to make this faster. Actually, your main level is cobalt, obsidian pickaxe head. You know what? We'll get another 2 in there, just because we have We have manual in for days. Oh crap, they've already melted. Shit. Okay, fine, we'll cast this second one out. And then remelt the first one. So there's an axe head in there now. Melt, yep, good. Before the scythe can... Actually, did we actually get the axe head? Yes, we did, so now we need the scythe head in there. Once these 2 melt, the scythe will be finished. Once these are done, we can then... Those 2 can go away for a start. And once the head melts down again, that can be used to do the pickaxe head. Oh, you take ages. So how long are you? You're still going to take a little while. Duritize, so we're going to lose Duritize, so that doesn't matter because that repairs it. You're going to lose Magnetic. That doesn't really matter because Vein Miner pulls automatically. You're going to lose... Or you're going to lose Sharp. That could be good if your version of Sharp is the one which inflicts a bleed, because a bleed sucks. That's why Quartz is no longer an acceptable modifier. Come on. No, we don't want to get back in. We you want to put away everything except the ingot cast, and then you can go back in. Now if these don't mine the Martian surface, nothing will. So, not a pick. It's now not a good pick. Actually, what did... So this one we're losing Sharp, I think. Yep. What did Sharp do? Oh, yep, that's bad. That's the one which leaves bleeding, so... Sharp, yep. Much better. So do all of these all of these must have lost Sharp now, yep. 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 So Enderbane can go away, you can go away, you can go away. And now we need the robot suit to go back to Mars. Am I carrying anything important? Nope. Comes slowly. How's the oxygen doing? Fairly decent. The second one hasn't even been started, I don't think. Yeah, the second one's all good. We've dumped the signs. To you. To you. And it's getting dark, it should be fine. Now let's just hope we don't get a channel exception error. Which we will, because it's SevTech. And I didn't adjust the priorities, so it's almost certainly going to be a channel exception, even though we adjusted the priorities when we came back to the end portal, and that still gave us the exception error. So, Mars, the goal is to find Desh. And Desh is to make an atomic reconstructor. Actually, no, we need 4 Desh to make Desh seeds, and then an atomic reconstructor. And this is freezing a little bit. Yep, the mouse is dead. No, yep, fuck. Shutting down internal server because it's a bloody channel exception. Oh. Just behave. Then mess around with priorities again. We're probably going to lose frame rate. We're probably going to have sketchy sound. Why do you do this? OBS priority to low, because of course we have to do everything that screws everything over except for Java. Wouldn't have to use so much resources of its own if it could just use the bloody AMD card. AMD, why you know Minecraft? You know, it's only like the first or second most selling game in the world. Either just beating or just losing out to Tetris. I should probably actually turn the sound off because we're going to be changing to a lunar dimension. Technically not lunar, but a space dimension. For now we'll just have the moon's music for every dimension. Because frankly, as Galacticraft, I hate Galacticraft, and it's not worth the effort. I mean, it's better than Britannia. If this pack had Britannia, I refuse to do any of Britannia legitimately. When it comes to... If after this I move on to Stoneblock, anything from Britannia will be spawned in at every opportunity. Because we refuse to do Britannia in any completely against how Vasky wishes it to be played as. That's the way it must be done. Come on. You can load. Yep. So, you are the end. You are something else. And you are something we have absolutely no idea. What's the sort of distance between them? So, if we put a here involved Enderman, or some kind of Enderman, we'll hide that, and we want you to be, actually we'll squint you to the edge a bit, because you are going to be a little way off. There we go. So if we fuck up and end up at the moon, at least, well, if we end up at the moon, by the process of elimination, tell me which one is the right one. If that one's really high, that one, I'd imagine, would be the moon. That one is closer to there. Well, it's not closer to there than there, but with that being close to this other overworld one, I'd imagine that is most likely to be the overworld one. So that's going to be the next one we try. But first we need to find Desh. And the best way for that is going to be finding any kind of cave. We don't want to mess around with the slime things, that's a new... and that's, we can use that right at any time to see where we need to be. I already miss not being able to jump, not being able to run. Actually, we can find a dungeon. No dungeon nearby. So let's zoom that out a little bit. Really? You're going to give me... Oh, no. Invalid thermal protection. Ooh, that's iron. Actually, does this have the thing with the... No, it doesn't. Stacking. It's free. We'll just start excavating down here. You're going to do this, aren't you? You are really going to not let me do anything unless I craft this tier 2 piece of garbage. Seriously. That is one add-on that is absolutely unnecessary. Right. Let's try you out. Let's get a channel exception almost certainly. And let's waste another 10 minutes of channel exceptions and then another half hour of sodding getting the tier 2 junk. The tier 2 Roblox armor actually looks better than the tier 1. It won't, because it looks ugly as hell to start with, and if that's the mod author's choice of aesthetics, it's probably not going to get any better. Come on, where are we? Are we on the moon? Or are we on the overworld? We aren't. Progressing. Java on high, so... No, that's the moon. I saw the flipping minimap and that's the moon. Is OBS still on low? Yes, OBS is on low, Java's on high, it still had a channel exception. Which also means that either cutting audio or a terrible frame rate for that last part. But at least it means I don't have to adjust anything. Jesus Christ. I didn't know that that picking a title, Deshing My Hopes for the pun, would be even more appropriate than my hopes completely dashed. Is it going to be worth setting up auto crafting for all the tier 2 plates and shit? Cheese. Am I going to need cheese to make the tier 2 junk? Hopefully it just wants meteoric iron. If it needs cheese, well, we've landed on the moon, so that would be doable. Yeah, if it needs cheese, that would actually be okay because of landing on the moon. You can survive. OBS is reporting 1.42 frames, but it won't matter if the game actually loads and doesn't crash. You're going to crash. Moon, don't do this. Don't do this, Moon. All you have to do is not die. There. Oh. Now there's 3 of them. I have to do the whole process of elimination again here. This is tier 1 space 2 crap. Tier 2. So you're tier 1. Probably. That's not going to show it because tier 1. So what? Tier 2 unprepared. So tier 1 unprepared. Tier 1. This is a lot of junk. Tier 2 unprepared. So this needs a completely different set, which also needs titanium. Where does titanium come from? Titanium block. Titanium dust. Titanium dust comes from ilmenite. Where does ilmenite come from? Oh, titanium cluster. So that must be an age 5 ore ilmenite. I might have come across some of that. But first we will have a look to see if... Yes, there is titanium essence. What is your seed? You're a tier 5 seed as well, so that's a lot of essence. So we got... the rad things. So tier 2 pressure layer needs tier 1 and wool. Why do you want so much wool? Right, so the pressure layer is unimportant. The armor layer uses a lot of titanium, that's doable. Radiation layer, you want lead and wool, that's also easy enough. Oh, let's see, is the tier 3 version? Because we're going to need that at some point because it's flipping this rubbish. Do you want wool? No. You want thermal cloth? What are you made of? Redstone and wool. So pressure layer is fine. You're more lead. Armor, you're palladium. Right. Using the process of elimination, we'll pretend that they have the same orientation. So let's say that would be the end portal. That is in roughly the same position as... If that's Mars, that's about the same position as it would be on the Earth one. And if this is in the same position as it would be, then this top one should go straight to the base. Ooh. See if shift... No, we're not getting a picture. But now we'll check if it crashes. And I still haven't done OBS's priorities back properly, which means that odds are you haven't heard. I've been choppy as hell. Come on, don't give me a channel exception. These 2 sessions are already making me regret coming back to do this. Because we're almost halfway through this section, and we have got nothing done except put up some signs. Although we were in the overworld, we were at the home base, so it looks like that thing of straight up being the home works. So if that's the case, that will make it a lot easier from any other dimension that we put a celestial gateway into. We haven't even got into the infinity, well, essentially the infinity ingots yet. Those are going to need a lot of mystical stuff, but also it's going to need a lot of manual digging of the between lands for octine and sharmarite. I can't remember if there was selenite on the recipe. There might have been, there might not have been, but that was pretty rare to begin with. But titanium and ilmenite. This is turning into another, well, not a, well, maybe a mining episode, but certainly another roaming around the countryside getting absolutely nothing done session. That's why I'll wait for it to... Oh. Oh, it actually is responding. So... the moon... Where is... Oh. The moon has vanished. Mars has vanished. All of them have vanished. Maybe we need to go back on and... Yeah, there we go. So, get the roadblock suit off, spawner seeker away. If I use the spawner here, to the spawners, I bet it would. Actually, I wouldn't know if it would. It might be looking for something in the world seed and not literally scan the box. It would be. I'd imagine it would be very to literally scan the surrounding and find one block in that. That also means that in theory we only need signs on the overworld. What are you're junk. So now we need to go hunting for ilmenite, and that is going to be somewhere in this. It should be in the overworld. I can't guarantee it will be in the overworld because the hunting dimension has some samples. Now it must spawn somewhere in the overworld if it's got ilmenite. If you're Galacticraft, titanium cluster, titanium dust. Let's see. Titanium block planets. Well, these are planets. It could be on the moon. Well, first we'll set the priorities back properly. Above normal for Java, high for OBS. And I've shrank all the priorities for Firefox down as well, which means that I am going to have a very hard time opening up the, you know, I can shrink Java's priority to look up if titanium is on this world or the next. And now we've screwed everything over because we pressed Windows. Where's the SevTech GitHub thing? Java's on low, isn't it? No, it's still on above normal. But it has frozen. Oh, no, that's not the button. We're playing so much Warframe that we're expecting to be able to bullet jump in Minecraft. I mean, I'm sure there's several parkour mods already in Minecraft, but bullet jumping is something that would be a bit excessive. Let's have a look at the hemp at least. We should have plenty. Yes, that's plenty of hemp. We can mash that up. And then consume balloons, because those will be easy enough. Because at some point we'll have the creative jetpack. No, we don't want to go down. We want to go over to the crusher inlet. I remember making the backboard for the crusher, but we've never really bounced anything off it. Right, I've accepted it all. So we need the 4 these craft things. So we need 1 balloon, 3 balloons, 5 balloons, 6 balloons. 6 balloons, each of which needs 13. This is loaded, so let's find titanium. And let's find the asteroids, let me try and aim for Mars. What? Asteroid belt. Asteroid belt. Do I have to launch another rocket? Load a new dimension and have a new channel exception just to get ilmenite. Asteroid belt, ilmenite. So that should be doable at least. And what was 13 times 6? 26 times 3. 52 plus 26, 78. 78 hemp cloth. Need about another 300. Oh, we'll just do 26 of them for now, because we need lots of that. Oh yes, hemp is being exported to a trash can. And each one needed 8 string. So this is 16 worth. So if we get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no. those should be enough. Because that's going to be 2 for 6 balloons, so those can go away. How much is it going to cost for another 26? 195, so about 3 stacks. That's 1 stack, so we're not even close. So we'll get these first 2 balloons done. Oh, this is a big table. 5 by 5. Yard middle. Is this going to work? This should work. Yes, that works. I wonder if it would work if we offset it so it's 5 by 5 in the corner instead of in the center. We could do with having a... You can sit in... Do I have... Oh, bugger. That's an importer. That thing I wanted to keep separate and now I can't even remember what it was, is now somewhere in this mess. Oh dear, can I craft chests? No, but I have plenty. Oh, I also did that bit. Oh, don't freeze. Oh no, no. Please don't let this be the start of that thing where it freezes for 5 seconds every minute. Because then I have to mess around with restarting the whole, to reboot the whole instance. So 2 balloons. Is this enough for 26 more? I don't think it will be. Need another stack. Although we will get the hemp that we've been collecting since, and we will chuck that in too. What else do we need for the airships? Let's look at... it's only going to be 4 cores, so let's look at airship frame. Oh, that's going to be easy. That's not going to be easy, that's going to be stubborn, and we don't have steel leaf. Can I grow steel leaf? Yes, I can grow steel leaf essence. It's a tier 3 seed, it's into medium. I am going to need... no, I'm going to need 4 into medium. And that was a... tier 3 crafting seed. But first we need to get that essence out. Once we actually check what's going on, because I ordered more than 1. Seems I didn't. Oh, it's turned up there now. So tier 3 seed. Tier 5, tier 3. Like you, melon seeds. There we... oops. Tier 3 seed. And I can use 4 of my existing steel. How much do we have? We probably don't have enough. There's probably plenty of hemp backlogged in there. So we will take the seed out, we will save the seed, and then we will repurpose the hemp farm. Actually, no, we will have a lot... well, I like bamboo. Let's see, sugarcane, how are we... 500 sugarcane, yeah, you can be turned off for a bit. So, steel. Oh, we've only got one, which is a good job that we've got the stack, which means we are going to have to set aside some of these. So, tier 3 steel leaf. Sugarcane, you can come out. We're going to need actual dirt again. And let's check if the balloons are done. No, not the balloons, but the hemp for the balloons. Because we'll get these balloons done, and then we'll try and find the asteroid belt. Although that could be very problematic. Let's see. Tier 1. So you are extra planets. What modules do you have? Do you have jetpack modules? What are these? Somewhere here there should be electric rocket. Shh. Somewhere there must be some kind of jetpack for these spacesuits, because otherwise that's unprepared. Let's have a look at you. Press divide for installed modules. Maybe it needs to actually be on that person. No. No. That does nothing. You're still chewing away through the hemp. You've got plenty. You might even have enough to do all of the rest. So hemp. 26. Actually, let's see if you can do 52 outright. You're only missing 23. That's waitable. Because you make 3 every time. You're really doing this right now, aren't you? You're freezing up for like 10 seconds every minute or so. You're going to start doing that. Am I going to have to close this and reboot it from scratch with every 2 sessions? To 652. You know, I could now turn off the just turn off the hemp. I'll also try crafting it in the corner for this one. Now, do you work in the corner? It's going to be a little bit of a hassle to... Yeah, it works in the corner. So, next slot back in. And that is all the balloons we need. Right, now, What's it going to be? It's going to be probably the Tier 2 rocket will be used. I don't want to make a celestial gateway just for asteroids. But I also don't want to have to bring up a loader and the power. Fuck it. And just sell another fuel loader. Actually, let's have a look at how expensive a fuel loader is. How much stupid crafting do I have to do? When that's locked up forever. It's probably going to be easier just to do this. 6 copper, 4 tin. Do we have any circuits left? Of course not. And you are made from a compressed iron and green plastic. Also going to have to figure out how to 4 bars of pressure. That's good. So that will do half a stack and still process. In green, black, and I think cyan. Black, cyan. So, it's frozen. Odds are then it's going to be about another half-hour gap between sessions then, just to get it off of this thing where it starts gradually freezing. That's going to be 6 redstone and the quartz. That doesn't look right. Flipping, just tried to do the bullet jumping again. Yeah, that could do with 2 more slabs. So, redstone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Quartz. I don't think I need that much. You'll be done. Oh, I forgot to flip and filter it. So it all went in, it took that 2 bars of pressure, and then immediately took all of the iron back out. So 3.3 bar, that's going to take 2 bars, but fuck it, really? You'll be able to repressurize faster because you've got 2 compressors. So you're all in there. And you're frozen again. I really don't want to have the hassle of having to reboot the entire client just because it's been on for nearly 2 hours. Well, yeah, about 2 hours. Yeah, sorry, we'll head back down. Get the other bits out. Not circuit board. What did I come down here for? Oh yes, tin canister. And you out. You're done. That's plenty, so we can also take the hemp out upstairs and dump that in the seed chest. And I saw the door was open. Knowing my luck, a creeper is most definitely going to wander in. So hemp, you come out. Seed lives in here. I should really get the other essences out. I don't think I'm growing Certus quartz anymore. Are you out yet? No. Oh, you stuck in, yes. Right, so we now need another you back into the filter, and then all of this. We'll put you in first, actually. And the yellow's gone, so we can get the interface back out, and it will start taking crap out. Next one should be the board. Oh, I already had some. God damn it. Oh well, at least you can be converted. So we still needed these, but we already had this. And why have I got that one assembled? Get back in there. You should do. We should have processors loitering. So in you go. Energy thing. Let's see, which is a cheap cube? Basic. We need a casing. In you go. 2 of you. In. And we will grab a basic. Of course. No. What was it? Tab? Yeah. Why have I got the coal engine? Do we have... Oh, fuck's sake. We only need 1 to get from there to there, but we do need you filled. Just plug you in here. Come on. Well, it's already filled, but we just want the sides dealing with. Any day now. Yeah, put on the front. Yeah, that's fine. So we have the fuel loader. We got a jerry. No, we don't want to use a jerry can. We'll use one of those. Actually, tank. We will take you out because you're useless. We will take out a canister because you can handle the little things. We will put you on because you're a piece of shit and we need you. But if you weren't needed, you would be burnt. And we will now attempt to go to the asteroid. I need a parachute to get back because we're not going to be... We aren't going to be using the portals anymore. We're actually going to be landing properly. So, parachute. And if we right click, it should auto-equip to where it needs to be. Yep, good. Now, there's a... Oh yes, I can't jump. And I also haven't got the pad. Actually, I could have just avoided having to have a parachute by just going to either the moon or Mars, but... eh. So what do we need? The pad. And already it's back to basically 35. So we've basically... It's been on silent this entire time. Well, we've got 3 minutes left. We might as well put the actual age music back on. Stupid thing. So, you back on there. Might as well refill the tank whilst we're getting the fuel dealt with. You in. And we need the jerry can out. Yeah, this freezing up is really annoying. But at least we can make a titanium flower, so we can. It won't take long. We won't need a long time. Although we will have to check if there are any other ores there at a glance. And the canister will be fine. Because the canister only holds like a bucket or two. Don't press shift. Get into third person. Anything I'm missing? Probably not. Don't freeze up. You know, it's even more pointless to have turned the age music back on because it's now about to go to silent because of the... Jesus. It's now about to go to silent because we're probably going to have a channel exception and also because of different dimensions, so different dimension music. There we go. Okay, why is the sky that... Did I forget? No, I've still got the rocket ones on. Don't freeze, don't freeze, don't freeze. It's asteroids. Is it what? Well, at least just stop freezing. You see, this is why I'm going to have to reboot between sessions, so the next half is going to be at 22, so it's about 25 minutes from now. probably at about 10 past because it takes a bit longer than that to actually. So what are these ones? Tier 3, Overworld, Mars. These are all Tier 2s. Like this all. No, we don't want that. We might as well just land back at the Overworld again then. Because at least then we're not going to get a channel exception. So we need a Tier 3 rocket for the asteroids to be able to go to Mars, which is Tier 2. Yeah, we'll just drop back down to the Overworld. At least I don't need to hold space for a parachute. Although we do have to look out for the parachuting chest. Come on, stop freezing! Para chest, where the fuck are you? We haven't landed ahead already. And of course the flipping. Not you. Climbing glove, let's turn itself off, even though it's not actually off. Well, I'll be waiting for this power chest to land, unless I've already got it back. Nope. Actually, let's have a quick look at what a Tier 3 rocket requires. Now, I know what a Tier 3 rocket is going to fucking require. It's going to require the Mars blueprint. If it requires the Mars blueprint, we can't do anything on Mars because we haven't got the Tier 2 thing, and we can't make the Tier 2 thing without titanium. Fuck it. Yeah, stop freezing, we're trying to spawn in titanium. You don't need to be a bitch about it, you stupid game. There we go. Right. So, you know what? We will actually try now. No. First, we'll delete you again. I'll end the stream now. I'll try and figure out what the hell we're doing, and then we'll back at like 10 or 20 past 10, which is going to be about 40 minutes or so. Or tomorrow if you're watching on YouTube, because there's no one actually watching